Hey, it's Terry Telford from the Kingston Military Family Resource Center, and today I'm standing in front of the Icon facility where they manufacture and distribute pretty much everything that a tattoo artist would possibly need to get the job done. Now we're going to be going in and meeting Ben from Icon and also Ashley from the Limestone City Tattoo Festival. Now what's happening is Ashley, who's organized the Limestone City Tattoo Festival, also has a booth at the Blues Fest, and all the proceeds that are going to be raised at Blues Fest for the Limestone City Tattoo Festival is getting donated to the KMFRC. So we're going to go inside, we're going to talk to Ben from Icon and Ashley from the festival and get the lowdown on how this whole thing's going to roll out. Great, take two. So Ben, tell me a little bit about Icon and how you guys decided to choose the KMFRC as your charity of choice for this event.
Okay. Well, Icon is a local tattoo supply company here, and we've partnered with Ashley and Andrew to run the Limestone City Tattoo and Arts Festival. Last year was the first year that we ran it, and this year will be our second. And given that it's our second year, we were trying to give more back to the community and look for partners to help promote through and help get more activity going on. So while searching for somebody, Dean Burns, who's the owner here at Icon, suggested that your organization was one that helps the community a lot and is also connected to military families. We're using a bit of a military theme this year to promote the show with artwork from Mike Austin out of London, and everything kind of fit, and I thought it was a good look and good feel for the community as well, good feedback.
Awesome. So what's Mike's connection with the military?
Mike doesn't really have a connection with the military so much as he's a historian kind of guy, and when we approached him about doing artwork for Limestone, he jumped right in. He did a whole bunch of research and came back with us with a bunch of information about Kingston and the military and how it's all been involved here, and really wanted to go down that path. It gave him good imagery to work with from an artistic standpoint, and also some good history to touch on.
So how does it work from the technical side of it? Now he designs the artwork, and then how does that artwork get onto people as a tattoo?
That's just the branding for the actual show. So that's how people identify our artwork, like our cars that have been wrapped and our posters and banners and things. The artists at the show will actually be doing their own artwork for the clients that come into the show.
Okay. Yeah. So what is Icon?
Icon's a tattoo supply company. So we design, manufacture, and sell tattoo equipment into North America as a supply company, and actually around the world as an equipment manufacturer. So we've been in the community now for 23 years this year, and just recently moved out to this new building after a couple of years out in the West End.
Nice. So Ashley, can you tell me a little bit about the Limestone City Tattoo Festival and how it's connecting to the KMFRC?
Absolutely. So like Ben had said, we sort of reached out this year looking for different community sponsors, community partners that we had, and one of the partners that landed with us was the DBIA, so the Downtown Business Association. And they do Blues Fest. That's a big event for them, and they wanted us to be a part of that, and they wanted us to do some tattooing live in the park for 4 days. And being that we're a non-for-profit festival, we knew we wanted to compensate, some things for the tattoos and what was happening, and we needed somewhere to donate that money to. And so through Dean and through Icon, we became familiar with your organization, and sort of the rest is history in approaching you and knowing that we want to spend 4 days raising money for military families within the city of Kingston, and giving back to them the way that we can. And hoping, that has an effect on you, and that puts something really positive forward for what it is we're doing.
So now the Limestone City Tattoo Festival, you're kind of inside the Blues Fest now, but then you have your own festival as well, do you not?
Yeah, so a big part of our festival is getting out in front of community events in the city. We started with Skeleton Park, I think, back in June. We were doing the poker run. We're doing Blues Fest. We've done movies in the square. Queen Sidewalk Sale is another one. So we're just out promoting what it is we're doing at our festival to Kingston, to let people know, to have people show up and celebrate art, and to celebrate everything that is art anyway. So Blues Fest is the 24th to the 27th of August, and then our actual tattoo festival is the 16th and 17th of September.
And where's that?
It's at the 4 Points by Sheridan. So the Saturday, the 16th, will be 11 to 11, and then on the Sunday we run the show from 11 till 7 p.m.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when you're not in the tattoo festival organizing spirit, what is it that you do?
I'm in the wellness industry, so I personal train. I'm a yoga teacher. I do wellness for sort of anyone and everyone, but tattoo artists actually became my niche market, and the whole festival came from me kind of mama bearing these people and realizing what it is that maybe they were missing at a festival and what it was they needed. So I wouldn't say I'm always out of the tattoo world when I'm not doing this. But yeah, it is, teaching yoga and doing that kind of thing as well. So
tell us about yourself. How did this whole tattoo experience start for you?
I got my first tattoo actually at 21, so 14 years ago. Didn't want it. I have an identical twin who wanted us to get our names tattooed on one another, and I hated the idea of it. I wasn't interested. And then once I got one, I started getting all the, little tiny things here and there. Ended up meeting a man who was a tattoo artist who then became my husband, who is now my business partner, and fell in love with the art of it. I think that's really when I understood the concept of it. It's an art form, and all of tattoo artists are artists first before they tattoo, and so it just kind of became a really cool idea of collecting artwork and wearing it. And then I'm running out of space rather quickly.
So do you still have your first tattoo? The one that you did with your sisters?
I
Is it
do.
something you can show us, or is it hidden?
It's kind of part of like a back piece, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. It was one of those things I didn't want to cover up. I have had a few tattoos in my life that I have covered up, but most of them are the story. It's the person, it's the time, it's the place I did it with. I may not love the artwork when I'm, 60 or 70, but I love the idea of what it was and when it happened and who I was. And so I now collect art. I don't decide what I want. I find an artist I love, I give them a space, and I let them give me what they want. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite? I don't actually really think I do. I would say my back is my favorite, I think, because it took as long as it did. It was, well over 80 hours, and it was something that my husband at the time, now my ex-husband, put a lot of love and time into. So I think that would be the one that I admire the most. But I would say that everyone has a little piece of me that makes it my favorite.
So what's the quirkiest story you have?
Can we go to like the second quirkiest story?
How about your second quirkiest story that you have?
You know what? Pardon? Yeah. It's
You have
not
a quirk-
family friendly.
Oh,
What I
okay.
want to show you. I would just say that sometimes it's funny. I wake up and I think that I want a tattoo or something that, like, some of them have such deep meaning for me and different things. Sometimes you wake up and you just want something super silly. About 6 years ago, a few of us started a group that we called like the Super Awesome, and we all started getting lightning bolts tattooed on our thumbs, and that kind of spread worldwide. And everywhere we travel, when we meet someone that we really like, we sort of pass on that thing, and then we take them to get that tattoo. And so I think right now there's maybe like 20 to 25 of us that are just everywhere in the world. And every time you kind of look at it, you have that moment where you think of those people that just did that really kind of silly, awkward thing with you for no reason.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So where is this?
Yeah.
Let's get a look at this.
Yeah. But we'll
So it's
save
this lightning bolt with the heart in it,
Yeah. So the boys don't get hearts in them.
right?
The women do. And it's just kind of everywhere, and it's fun. I mean, sometimes you I'm not going to call them bad choices. You make choices with tattoos with people in a time and a moment, and that's what makes it really fun and memorable for me. It's those things.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So let's put you on the spot for a moment, Ben. What's your story? How did it all start for you?
Oh boy. I got tattooed when I was 18, and then I went to college and sold all my books in college, and went and got tattooed with the money. Moved back to Kingston and begged my way into a job here, and that was 16 years ago. So I went from working in the shop, assembling electronics, to being director of business development, and now I run sales and marketing and all of our international business here. So never really thought it was a career. It was, I don't know, it was a fun thing. It was cool. It was interesting. It was art. Didn't feel like work. And tattooing's taken off. TV shows hit, and all of a sudden, I think most people in the community have a better idea of what tattooing is now than they ever did 10, even 5 years ago. It's not about bikers and gangs anymore. It's about expression and empowerment, I guess, to some degree. People feel better after getting it. They know they did it for themselves. It wasn't ever for anybody else. It might please them aesthetically otherwise, but nobody ever really tells someone to get a tattoo.
So what's your favorite?
Oh, I got lots of favorites, I guess. I collect from people kind of like Ashley all over the world. I'm running out of room too. I don't know. I got a Bruce Lee tattoo from a guy in Detroit that's pretty cool. And
Nice.
yeah, so always a work in progress. Everything you think you're done in an area, and then you got to connect that area to the next one. Someday I'll just be able to say I have one tattoo. It'll be easy.
You are a tattoo.
That's right. It'll just be one big piece. So.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thanks both of you for your time. I really, really appreciate it.
No problem, thank you.
We're going to go for a tour. So now we're going to take a tour through the Icon facility, and we are following Ben. Hey, we have to be quiet. This guy on the phone. There's this guy on the phone. There's more people. That's Rebecca. There's a guy back there. Nice.
Sorry?
I was gonna say that.
Oh, okay. No, I got it right here.
All right.
The 2399 parking lot.
We missed that guy.
I love
There's a guy.
where do you come in? I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty crazy.
There's another guy in the office. Now we'll just follow the guy in the office. We'll follow Ashley around. Oh, we even have a tattoo facility, so you can actually do tattoos right in here.
Yeah, so we built a little tattoo shop in here, actually more for product testing and training purposes than anything else. So it lets us bring our staff in and show them how it works in the shop and give them a better idea of what the artists are experiencing with it, so that they can sell it and service it better through the phones.
Nice.
We do a bit of video shoots in here, some marketing stuff, and yeah, once in a while there's a guest artist that comes through.
Sweet. And you have a lot of skateboards.
Yeah, these are all the brands actually that we make. So these are all products, and then
Okay.
the branding on
Let
the
me
boards.
just grab that over here. So you have a skateboard for each of your brands.
Basically, yeah.
Nice. Let's just zoom in here. So now, are these special tattoo needles, or the equipment, or combination of everything?
These two are power supplies, so they run the machine. Electricin it's an electrolyzed water that calms the skin and helps with healing. And there's needles, tubes, and tattoo machines at the end. So
Right
a little
on.
bit of everything. We manufacture in basically anywhere where we think we could bring innovation or bring solutions to the artist. We find a product or manufacture a product to do it.
Sweet. So are you actually developing right from the concept right through the manufacturing?
We do, yeah.
Nice.
Power supplies, needles, tubes, machines are basically from that side. We also distribute, so medical products and anything that they use for cleanliness or sterilization and all that from the medical community, we'll also sell that to the tattooers.
Nice. All right.
So here, the manufacturing.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Where the magic happens?
That's where the magic happens.
Yeah, we build
So-
power supplies and tattoo machines and cords and foot switches.
So you're physically manufacturing all the pieces here.
Correct, yep.
Okay, so this isn't like bringing in from China warehouse. This is right from scratch.
Stuff that we manufacture, we try to do as much of it in Canada as possible, and we're not in Canada, in North America. So
Nice.
yeah, we've actually repatriated plastic tooling and things like that from China to get it back in North America.
Wow. Very cool. Can we go take a picture of this guy here?
Sure.
So what are you doing, sir?
RCA connector cords.
What does that mean?
Cable assemblies. basically.
Okay.
Yep, we're doing those.
Sweet.
That's for connection with the machines.
All right. So you're actually making these cables.
Yep.
Wow.
So we bring the cable in from a company here in Canada, and then we assemble it to the different connectors and do the testing to make sure it runs the equipment properly.
Fantastic. Right on. Whoa. Holy.
Just keeps
This
going.
is a never-ending building.
This is our supply warehouse. So this is where we ship to the tattoo customers, artists, the shops all over North America. And they actually, this warehouse is what supplies tattoo artists.
Fantastic.
Everything from bandages to gloves to soaps, pigments, needles back there.
So this is pretty much anything a tattoo artist could possibly need.
Pretty
You've
much.
got it.
We're a one-stop shop. Yeah. The whole idea is that they can order everything from us to run their shop, as far as the tattoo portions of it goes.
Nice. Nice.